Hello everyone, welcome to the video series on interesting topics of modern Python programming, and in this particular video we will talk about generators in Python. So before we go ahead and start writing our code, let's first understand what are generators. Think of a generator as calling a function again and again, but there is a small catch. Of course, even today you can go ahead and call a function again and again, but with generators, instead of calling a function again and again from the beginning, you can call the function from a particular place rather than from the beginning, which means that you can leave the execution of a function at any point of time and come back, start resuming the execution from that point. Okay, this is not complex, this is very simple. Let me show you an example. So here is my function. So first time I am calling the function, it executes some things and returns 1. Next time I am calling this function, it comes to the point where it actually returned, which means after return 1 and execute the rest of the things, then it returns 2. And next time I call this particular function, it executes the set of things which is after return 2, and at the end this function returns 3. Now this behavior is called generators in Python, and we use yield keyword to achieve this behavior. Now I hope you understood what are generators in Python. Let's go ahead, see the code and understand how we can make use of generators and what are the conditions on which we should make use of generators. So we will go ahead and see the code. Okay, so we are in our Jupyter notebook and you can see that we are talking about generators in Python 3.x. Now just to repeat, think of generators as a calling a function again and again, but instead of starting from the beginning, start from the place where you have left the last time. When you call a generator function, it returns you an object. We will see all that in a moment. So let's go ahead and see the code. To understand it, let me create a very simple function called myfunc. Okay, and I am printing over here is that this is a function. So far so good. You want to execute this function called myfunc. That's fine. Now let me return something from this function. Let me return 1. Okay, and what I can do is that I can get the return in a value and I can actually print the value, which will be 1. Now what will happen if I want to return more than one thing from a function? I want to return 1 along with 2, 3, 4 and 5. So you are right, you will say that instead of returning 1, return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means return a list or dictionary or an object or an array of object or list of object which can give you multiple elements. Well, you are right, we can do that and we can get the val will be list, and the benefit of this kind of list is that we can run a for loop for val in, or for example for v in val, I can say print v. I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now with generator functions, it's possible for me to return 1, then when the function is called next time return 2, next time it is called return 3 and so on. Let me show you how. So here I'll return 1 and let me print that I am returning 1, and then I am returning 2, let me return 2, I am returning 3, let me return 3. Don't worry, this is not the correct syntax and this is not how it's gonna work, but we can create a function like this, right? And we will get some error because it is not a list. So instead of return, what you are gonna say is that you are gonna say yield. Okay, yield 1, yield 2, yield 3. Okay, this is how you create your generator functions. And now when you call the function, you will not get your function called, you will return a generator object. You can see that generator object at my function. And here is how you are gonna get things. Once you get a generator object, you need to iterate through generator object to get the next yield. So if I say next, or let me get this generator object in a variable, I'll say gen equal to my func. Again, gen will be the generator function. Now what I will do is that, I will say next gen. You can see that these part are executed. I am returning 1 and it has returned 1. Okay. Now I will say next gen again. You will see that this is the part that is being executed now, and it has yield 2, and you might have guessed that if I say next gen again, it will print I am returning 3 and it will return 3. Now you will ask that what if I will say next of, let's say, gen again, we will get an error called stop iteration. Okay. Now the benefit of using generator is that you can use it with a for loop, and that's the more obvious way with which you are gonna use it. So let me get rid of this thing, or let me leave it as it is. In here, what I'm trying to do is that instead of getting this generator object, let me call this function again. So what I will do is that for val in my func, I'll say print val. You can see that I am returning 1, 1, 2 and 3 is being printed over here. So basically the for loop takes care of next and understanding the stop iteration. So now I believe you have properly understood what are generators. Now let's talk about a use case where you might like to use generators. The use case is saving of memory. Okay. So let me create the same my func again, and I'll say create a list which is an empty list, and I say for val in range of 100, I'll say list.append val, and outside this I'll return list. Okay. Now if I go ahead and call this function, I will get a list 1 to 100. Now you must have understood the problem over here. I will have to create a list which can hold 100 of elements, which will occupy memory equivalent to 100 elements in the list before I can return it. Same functionality I can achieve by removing this list, and I'll just say yield val. So in this way, I am not keeping any memory over here, and my func will be generator object, and I can say for v in my func print v, I'll get the same output 0 to 100 without keeping a memory which occupies 100 array space for a list. Okay, so that's one reason where you want to use it. And the other benefit of yield is that you can use it with the for loop. Whatever output you want to create, you can take the output in a for loop, and you are not giving a data structure in a predefined way. Like in the earlier case, we had to give list. You can just give the element. The caller of the function may decide to keep it in a list or dictionary, and so on and so forth. Right, guys? So that's pretty much all about generators in Python. I hope I was able to explain the idea of generators in the easiest possible way. Thanks a lot, people. Thanks for watching. Till the next time we meet. Good day, goodbye. Take care.